Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Tom Marshall. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Today we are going to look at the film Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Is this just another sequel in a year of sequels, remakes and reboots? Or is this genuinely a good time and good old-fashioned fun? Let's get into it. But first, pick a card. Pick any card. Is this your card? No? Not? No? Oh, play the clip. Okay, so the film sees the return of the original four horsemen. That is Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, James Franco, and Isla Fisher. And they are currently doing a trick in the middle of this industrial estate, and they've invited all these people to come to the trick. And essentially, they're doing what they do best. And it's been 10 years since they last been seen. And so they are doing a showcase for all these different types of people, and before you know it, they're actually in the middle of a heist where they're basically going to be stealing from these crypto financial people. And so they've figured out that basically these people have been stealing lots and lots of money from the poor and putting it into their own pockets. And so through deception and through magic, they basically steal all their money and give them out to the audience just as they did in the other films. But lo and behold, they are discovered by Jay and Atlas, who realizes that their trick was actually really quite good. They used the identity of the four horsemen, and actually it's these group of young magicians that have come in and done this trick. And so he's impressed by them, and he's like, right, cool, I've actually got a mission. I need the help of you young magicians to come in and help me do the biggest trick ever. And so Atlas's mission is to essentially take down a diamond mining company, which is run by Veronica Vanderberg, who is Rosamund Pike's character. He takes them under his wing. It's a secret mission that he has been tasked with by the secret magic organization called the Eye, and he has been entrusted with taking these people down, which you find out later on why. Essentially, he's going to steal the rarest and the most expensive diamond that they have in their possession in this diamond mining company. Veronica Vanderberg, she's not necessarily what you'd call a good guy. She's very much a villain and is up to no good, doing various different behind the scenes deals under the table, doing all sorts of nefarious illegal activities outside of the mining company. She gets on Atlas's radar, and so he goes to try and steal the diamond that she has. And then, whilst on the diamond heist with the young crew, suddenly the other four horsemen appear, and then all of a sudden they're all joining forces for this greater mission, this taking down of a big diamond company. And so that's essentially the story. It's the old and the new coming together, working as one, and bringing people together to perform and take down the big corporations. Simple story, really. Is this your card? No? Damn it. It's a very simple story. It's a globe-trotting story as well, which is great. So they go off to like various different locations all across the world. They go to South Africa, they go to Antwerp, they go to Abu Dhabi, all over the place. And it is quite timely considering, they just recently had the heist in the Louvre, which was, quite ironic how those two stories intertwined with each other. So take that what you will. But yeah, it's kind of got that element of like James Bond and the Ocean's films as well, like sort of all wrapped into one, which is really really cool. And you know, you when you go to see a film, you want to see these glamorous locations. You want to see other parts of the world that you may not have seen before. And so that was really, really cool. I really enjoyed that. Also, having the younger cast in with the older cast as well, the originals, was actually a really good touch. It gave it a good, fresh, sort of new light, which is great. And they all had their own distinctive sort of like abilities. Maybe I'm just old, I don't know, but I found some of their Gen Z-ness a bit frustrating at times. Jay Atlas is basically giving them a mission briefing of like the diamond heist that they're doing, and they're like, "Oh, you're talking for so long. What's going on?" And I'm just like, "Oh, it's annoying." But otherwise, like they were very, very good. Especially one of the actors as well. I thought, yeah, they all across the board, the actors were really, really great. Age shouldn't be an issue, and it wasn't here at all. They were just as professional and looked like they were just having as much fun as the original cast were. Everyone was like really sort of playing off of each other, which is great. It comes to a fruition when they have their sort of magic off in the magic house that they go to in France, which has been specifically designed by Morgan Freeman's character and a few other magicians as well. Create this big house for them to stay in, essentially. And so each room is very different from the other. So you've got like a forced perspective room where one side of the room you become smaller, other side of the room you become taller, and it's kind of like makes for like a really good chase sequence. And also there's a like rotating corridor, kind of reminiscent of Inception. That scene where Joseph Gordon-Levitt is fighting with the guards and stuff. And so yeah, there's all sorts of quirky things going on. There's like a mirror maze room and all sorts. And this house is pretty awesome, I'm not going to lie. And so they all meet in the center piece of the house, the main sort of room, and they have this sort of clever shot of all the magicians doing a one-shot take, each one basically doing a magic trick each, and they sort of showcase their talents in that way, and sort of that becomes like their bonding moment, which is great. One thing that I thought was good as well is that every time they performed a trick against the big diamond company, when it was part of the mission, they kind of showed you how they managed each trick that they did, and that I thought was clever instead of doing the big reveal at the end. So it just kept you engaged and be like, "Oh, that's cool, that's cool." There are a lot of moments like that where I was just like, "Awesome, love that." One thing I would say, Rosamund Pike, love her. In this film, she is amazing. She does villainy very, very well, and it's one of these characters that you sort of love to hate. She is larger than life. She's literally chewing the scenery in every scene that she's in, and she's got like the thickest South African accent that makes you love her even more. Now, Keira Knightley is still number one for me, but Rosamund Pike, after seeing this, close second, maybe equal first. Gotta say, she's very, very good, and she's literally just loving life. And yeah, like I say, everyone in the cast is literally enjoying the heck out of playing these characters and in this film. Yeah, it's not probably gonna, you know, storm the box office much, or even win any Oscars or anything like that. It's literally just good old fashioned fun, which I really enjoyed. Don't really want to hate on movies and things like that because they are very hard to make, and so I always like to put positive spin on it. It's not easy making these types of films, and so yeah, it's just good old fashioned fun, even though it's probably one of those just easy watches that you can just dip in and out of. And I had a good time in this one. It was great fun. She's one of those characters where she is also having her own backstory where she's being sort of blackmailed as well, and so there are multiple different elements that are going on. She's not just like a straight up mad villain. She's got her own stuff going on as well, and so it all comes together in a nice little bow at the end. And so yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not gonna make any massive waves, but it's good fun. It is good old fashioned fun, and sometimes good is good enough. Okay, last try. Is this your card? Ace of Diamonds. Well, if it's not your card, then all I would say is thank you very much for watching, and see you later.